Hello, welcome back, my fellow emergency room enthusiasts. ER Josh here. Today we're going to go over the top 5 reasons that it's awesome to work in the ER department. Now, as someone who's worked in the ER for over a year and a half, I've had some time to process the things that I really like about working there. And also, there's always going to be a few negative aspects to
Eh?
any job that you take anywhere. But today we're going to focus on the positive things.
Yay!
And before we get started, I would ask that you subscribe to this channel and you like this video so that we can reach more people with this content. All right, let's jump in. So working in the ER, you're going to see a lot of things. You're going to get a wide variety of experiences quickly. You're going to get really good at assessing your patient from across the room, triaging people quickly but appropriately. You'll get really good at being able to recognize certain symptoms and presentations. If you're in a level 2 trauma ER, you're going to see a lot of strokes, STEMIs, full arrest, post arrest. You'll probably see a lot of GI bleeds and abdominal pains. You'll see seizures. Of course, plenty of flu-like symptoms, coughs, but you'll definitely see a lot of things. And you're kind of a jack of all trades, but maybe not really a specialist in anything in particular. I always like to say working in the ER is like dog years. You will get lots of experience, which will make you valuable in the future if you choose to go somewhere else in your career. Secondly, working in the ER is a fast paced environment. If you're someone that doesn't like to hold still and you want to be constantly moving, the ER is ideal. You will definitely be running around the halls, checking in ambulances, checking your patients, updating vital signs. There are going to be plenty of orders and workups. You will constantly be stimulated. You will not have a ton of downtime. So, that is definitely a positive of working in the ER because a 12-hour shift is kind of long, but if you are constantly working and having to think through things, it definitely goes by much quicker. So, thirdly, something that I like about the ER is that in general, you're not going to be holding patients for a long time down there. Some nurses, I'm sure, love building relationships with their patients when they have them for days or weeks or even months at a time. And there's definitely a place for that. But in the ER, I enjoy that you get to see a lot of variety of patients with different conditions and that you quickly assess them and either get them discharged or admitted to the appropriate floor. I like the go 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 environment in the ER. So also with the charting, there's like generally less charting than what you would see in an ICU or various floors in the hospital. You're going to chart on the major systems. You're going to chart by exception, and you get to spend more time actually doing hands-on stuff rather than sitting at a computer, kind of going through a lot of mundane charting. Another reason I really like working in the ER is because of all the skills that you get to practice. You will be starting IVs all day, every day. You will get really proficient at that. You're going to be able to do OG tubes, NG tubes, blood cultures, conscious sedation, blood transfusions, Foley's, straight catheters. I mean, you will be doing chest tubes depending on where you work. So you are going to see everything under the sun. You're going to get to keep your skills sharp and practice lots of new things. Um, yeah, it never gets old in the ER. You're going to do splints and like cultures and all kinds of stuff. So if you like to practice your nursing skills, the ER is where you want to be. So the fifth reason, and maybe my favorite reason for working in the ER, is the team of people that you get to work with. You're going to work with your peers and these other disciplines that all work together for the common goals of treating these patients. For example, if you were working a code, I may be the recorder. You may have a attending doctor overseeing the code, a resident physician who is directing. You may have respiratory assisting with airway or helping get an advanced airway or intubation going. They could be working with a ventilator. You're going to have assistants and technicians that are maybe getting you vitals or hooking up an EKG or doing chest compressions. And your fellow nurses might be getting you another line um, or pushing medications. The point is, though, is that you're going to work with this team of people day in and day out, and you're going to get really close with them and bond with them because you're helping patients on their most vulnerable days and in situations where they need help. And you depend on each other to make sure you get the best care possible for your patients. Some of the people I've met in the ER, I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. These uh, awesome heroes, in my opinion, really have left their mark and their legacy. And some of the coolest people I've ever met have worked in the ER. Um, so anyhow, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe, like it, share it. I think for my next video, I may go over some of the reasons that it's difficult to work in an ER. Because we're going to keep it real, and like with any job, there's some pros and cons. So we'll look at that next. But that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching.